And this is how easy it works. Attach the filter at the back, place the glass bottle 1/3 full into the hollow in the cabinet, then carefully insert the bubbling unit and connect the adapter. Attach the inhalation set to the fixture at the front, then plug the mains adapter in at the back, and that's it. After a brief self-test, the unit is ready for use. Wolfsheim near Mainz. After impressive results reported by numerous patients, the first scientific study of healthy people tested under laboratory conditions was conducted. The Knopf Institute for Medical Bionics studied the effects of the Airnergy technology on 15 test persons. Statistics were gathered on pulse rate, blood oxygen level, heartbeat variability, and the basal metabolic rate.
First, we take a normal ECG reading that we observe here with a monitor, the kind you see in any doctor's surgery. On the other side, we have here the standard pulse scanner, which also shows us the level of oxygen saturation. Then we have a standard instrument for taking blood pressure. Finally, we have here the polar scanning system, used in sport and sports medicine. It takes a reading which is fed via an infrared interface and a normal watch to a computer, which then immediately registers the corresponding heart frequencies on the monitor.
The test subjects' various rates are taken in a resting state and always in the same order before and after the Airnergy inhalation session. The main focus of the study is on examining metabolism and the efficiency of the autonomic nervous system.
What's very important are the distances between the heartbeats, the so-called beat-to-beats. This is the heartbeat variability, and cardiac variability is representative of the variability of the autonomic nervous system. In other words, the greater this variability is, the better the nervous system can act and react. That means that I burn the energy from each breath more optimally, giving me a more optimal use of my resources, so I make gains on energy.
The study proves, after just one treatment with Airnergy, the test subjects enjoy a markedly improved level of energy production. Clear scientific proof of the direct effect of Airnergy on the entire organism.
When we check the rates following the inhalation session, we see that the metabolism, the so-called basal metabolic rate, is lower in all the test persons. In other words, the metabolic system operates more smoothly and consistently, so it's subject to less wear and tear. That can only be explained by the fact that Airnergy actually enables us to energize, to purify oxygen in such a way that it becomes accessible to the organism, so that it has no trouble getting to where we need it to go, namely to the respiratory system of the cell. At this cellular level, the oxygen releases the energy which fuels the corresponding metabolic processes, sugar production, enzyme and protein synthesis, and the like.
Airnergy, an elixir of life for people of any age from 5 to 45 or even 85. The results with every single test person, whether 15 or 45, prove the individual effectiveness of Airnergy.
Here we see the scattering density before the inhalation. It's very concentrated, very close together. When we look at the results after the treatment, we see what a perfect heartbeat variability dispersal can do. We see here that the whole sheet is full of an equally spread range of values. That means that after just one inhalation session, he shows a more economical use of energy and an increase in his neural regulatory capacity. I'll go back and show you again. In comparison, it's highly significant.
The study shows Airnergy has a thoroughly positive effect on our entire nervous system and optimizes all of the body's organic processes.
Naturally, the conclusions that we can now draw from these results are fascinating for us. On the basis of the increased heartbeat variability, which in turn improves the regulatory ability of the autonomic nervous system, all of the body's processes, regulation, elimination and so forth, function better. Consequently, the aging processes within the individual organ systems are, of course, also less acute. Simply put, we have more energy. We're able to react better and more quickly to stress, so we're also less run down.
The study proves it. Airnergy is a fountain of youth. The test participants show an average improvement in heartbeat variability of over 30%, an outstanding statistic.
The increase in the average rate of those studied so far is 40%. Even when we compare it with the control group, with 10% variability, these are measurements taken without inhalation but under the same laboratory conditions, we still have an increase of 30% after one treatment. Again, the increase in heartbeat variability resulting in improved performance by the autonomic nervous system is shown to be 30%. Surprising, to say the least.
Lake Tegern in the Bavarian Alps. These exclusive surroundings are home to the renowned clinic der Jägerwinkel. Long before scientific evidence was compiled, doctors here and in other clinics worldwide were placing their confidence in the benefits of Airnergy and seeing some excellent results.
We didn't used to have these treatments. We've only had the unit for a year and a half now. The indications are primarily circulatory problems, the arteriovascular diseases which are becoming more and more common. Memory loss, poor concentration, a range of cardiac complaints, including post-operative complications after heart bypass or transplantation.
It began in June last year, when I was diagnosed with MS. I'd had 2 previous episodes in years gone by, in the space of 1 year, in fact. But then I was diagnosed last year and prescribed medication, which I was supposed to inject every day for the rest of my life, something I just couldn't handle. This carried on for 3 or 4 months, and I had terrible problems sleeping. I just couldn't sleep at all. I had flu-like symptoms, fever, and had to give up the job I loved, working as a beautician and podiatrist. I had one breathing session at the Airnergy company, and I could hardly believe it. I was able to sleep right through the night for the first time in 4 months. I went back the next day, then the whole week, and felt so much better. I had no more problems sleeping after that. Then, after 3 months, I suddenly realized I felt really good. And at that point I thought, I can't just sit around here at home. Airnergy is helping me. Why don't I go back to work and set up a business as a beautician and podiatrist? I opened a small podiatry studio where I incorporated the Airnergy technology because I'm such a fan. And now I work with 3 devices, which I either use with the podiatry or separately. And I'm really enjoying it because I can see that my customers feel better. And I haven't had any problems for, knock on wood, about a year now.
I must say it was very positive, not just in subjective terms. We were also able to deliver valid scientific data.
When you're in a stressful situation, and an operation is certainly stressful, then this energy-rich air can also help to speed up the healing process. Once the oxidative stress is reduced, the repair mechanisms in the body can be accelerated. I'm a completely different person. My heart problems and rheumatism have disappeared. Time and again, certain therapies with no real effect are adopted by the health insurance companies. Yet with therapies where we can see real benefits, they often hold back. I really do hope they accept this method. A year ago, I looked more frail. 2 years ago, no one could even bear to look at me. It was awful. But that's all changed now.
Given that everything's working properly, I believe I'm right in saying that this is a milestone in medical treatment.
And so, with nothing but air and water, prevention and regeneration are produced and exported globally. Airnergy, a revolutionary energy source and a milestone in medical history. First and foremost, though, Airnergy is a great blessing for a great many suffering people who had already given up hope. People to whom Airnergy has been able to return the most valuable thing of all, their health.